Hi guys. Today's focus is going to be on dystopian books. So, with the crazy pandemic that's been sweeping our nation, I've been kind of compelled to start looking at dystopian novels again, even though it's been a little bit of time since I read one. So, I'm going to share a handful of them with you today that I think you might be interested in. The first is The Hunger Games. This is available on Hoopla. So, we've been talking a lot about books that you can access there, so I wanted to share this one. So, by Suzanne Collins, the story of Katniss Everdeen. Many of us are familiar with it already. Maybe you've read the book, maybe you've seen the movies, or you've just heard about it. This would be a great time to revisit her story in this crazy world where teens are pit against each other in a fight to the death, and how Katniss handles all of the crazy things that happen to her, as well as her complicated feelings for a couple of boys. So, The Hunger Games is an excellent place to start your dystopian journey if you are in the mood for one. The next one is available on a site called Scribed, which I'll link in the description to this video. This one is called Uglies. Uglies is something I read a really long time ago, and probably really was maybe my first dystopian novel. There really, at the time, wasn't as much focus on dystopian literature, and so I probably couldn't have put that name to it when I read it, but that's definitely what it is. Tally is about to turn 16 years old. She is part of a society where you're considered ugly until 16, when they surgically alter you to be what they consider to be pretty. And she's pretty excited about it. She's ready for the transformation, and she gets a little bit of complication in the way when her friend Shay decides that she's not really sure that she wants to be pretty. And I really like this description on the book cover, the way it says it, because it says, Shay would rather risk life on the outside. When Shay runs away, Tally learns about a whole new side of the pretty world, and it isn't very pretty. The authorities offer Tally the worst choice she can imagine: find her friend and turn her in, or never turn pretty at all. So, this kicks off a really great series. There are 4 of them in the original series, and then most recently, there has been a sequel series that starts with this book called Imposters. This is something that's been in our book fair the last couple of times. I read it and really loved it. Scott Westerfeld creates great worlds, and I would recommend any of the books by him, and not just the Uglies series. Also available on Hoopla is Children of Eden by Joey Graceffa. So Joey Graceffa sets up a world here where families are only allowed to have one child. Rowan is the main character, and she's a second child. In their society, so that they know you are who you're supposed to be, you have some eye implants that mark you as a true member of Eden. And so she does not have those, but she's had to live inside her whole life so that she doesn't get caught as a second child. She has decided, though, that she is ready to go on an adventure and begin seeing the world instead of continuing to be stuck inside perpetually. So I highly recommend Children of Eden. It is also a trilogy, so 3 books there that you could dig into on Scribed. The next couple aren't available on any of the sources that I have found for free so far, but they're still good stories that I want to tell you about so that you know about them if you do make it back to the public library when it opens, or in our Bodhi library. The first of those is Legend by Marie Lu. This one is, again, a trilogy. It most recently had a sequel series start that starts with a book called Rebel. So maybe you've read these and you don't know about Rebel. And Rebel is available on Scribd. And it follows the younger brother of one of these main characters. And so Legend is really neat because it goes back and forth between 2 different perspectives. So you have Day, who is one of your characters, and June is the other one. And so June's text is in a little bit different color than Day's. It's just in a kind of plain, normal text. But she is on the hunt for him because she thinks that he killed her older brother. What's interesting about their story is they both took the same test, and June became part of an elite group, whereas Day, they don't know his score at the beginning of this book, but he was essentially cast aside into a more impoverished community. He's a prankster. He plays jokes on the city all the time. He's well known for it. And so June is determined to hunt him down and hold him responsible for her brother's death. So great trilogy, starting with Legend there. And then the last one today is going to be Matched. Matched is a little bit different. I really like it a lot. Condie wrote this one several years ago. Again, a trilogy, a pretty popular method for telling a story. And in this world, Cassia is the main character, and she is set to be matched with who she's going to marry. So they don't get to choose. It's determined for them. And when she goes to this matching ceremony, though, there's a brief moment where a different person's face flashes on the screen than who they say she's going to be matched with. And it's somebody she knows. And so she's really curious about why that would be, and decides to search out an answer for herself over the course of these 3 books, Matched, Crossed, and Reached. So you guys, I hope that if you are interested in dystopian novels or any other book and you need help finding something, that you'll reach out and let me know. I will say that when I looked for dystopian on Scribd, there were some things that came up that I don't really think are dystopian, but there were lots of them that I saw that we do have in our own library even, like on here, Gone in the Program, that I think would be awesome reads for you. So if you're looking for something, those are a handful of the things that you might consider. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Bye.